Hi, I'm Sean with Catalina Rug, and in this video we're going to be covering 7 rare and artistic Persian rug designs. So when you think about Persian rugs, typically you'll think about floral design or geometrical design, but in this video we're going to be covering some of the more unique designs that you can find in Persian rugs. So we'll go over open field design, tree of life, panel design, pictorial design, and much more. So while we're doing this, I'll try to give you some examples and show you some different examples of each of these designs. We'll also talk about what type of rugs you should look for when you're looking for these designs, and also some of the meaning behind each of these designs. So if you're interested to learn more about some of the options you have when it comes to unique Persian rug designs, then you might want to stick around for this video, and all that is coming up now. So let's go over the open field design. So in this type of design, you're going to notice that the field of the rug is going to be, well, really open. There's going to be a lot of space in the field of the rug, and typically you're going to find that the field of the rug is just one background color. And of course there's going to be different motifs inside of the field, so you're going to find some sort of flowers in the rug, curvilinear patterns, and there could even be a medallion in the rug, of course. But you're going to find that the majority of the field is going to be empty. And this is actually inspired by the Quran. The cover of Quran has this type of design where there's a center kind of medallion in it, and then there's a lot of open space on the cover. So this is where the design originates from. And if you're looking for this type of design, you could typically find it in more city, like traditional Persian rugs. So you'll find it in like Tabriz and Kashan. Also Sarug and Hamadan and Kerman make this type of design of open field design. So again, when it comes to the open field design, there's going to be a lot of different variations. So you're typically going to see 3 different variations. One of them is going to be the one with the center medallion. So this is open field and there's a center medallion, and you might find that there's some flowers surrounding the center medallion, and all of this is happening with a lot of space in between. Also, you'll find repeating medallion. It's basically the same concept, except instead of one medallion, you're going to have at least 2 or more. And also, you're going to have the all-over open field design, which is there is no center medallion, and there's going to be kind of a floral pattern or some sort of motif that's spread out and repeating throughout the rug with plenty of space in between the flowers. Now let's go over the Boteh design Persian rugs. So Boteh in Farsi means a budding flower or plant, and in the Persian culture it stands for growth and regeneration. So you can imagine this is a pretty powerful symbol to the rug weavers. So if you're looking for this type of design, you're typically going to find it in Tabriz and Sarug, Kerman and Mashhad, also in Malaya rugs. And what you'll typically see, the way that the Boteh is used in the rug, is it's going to appear as like a teardrop shape or like a flame shape or like a pine cone shape, and it's going to be spread throughout the rug in a repeating pattern, and usually in an all-over pattern. So now let's go over the tree of life design, and this is one of my personal favorite types of designs in Persian rugs. So in this tree of life design, what you're going to see is typically there's going to be a large tree of life in the center of the rug, and it's going to take most of the field. Typically you're going to see this in Tabriz rugs, Kashan rugs, also Isfahan, Kerman, and Malaya rugs. And this tree of life is a pretty powerful symbol in the Persian culture. It stands for the connection between earth and the environment. And what you'll see in this type of designs is that there's going to be kind of a botanical pattern that's going to be around the tree of life. You're also going to see a lot of birds and animals and flowers spread throughout this type of design. So it's a really beautiful design, a lot of powerful meaning behind it. Definitely one of my favorites, so look out for the tree of life Persian rugs. Now let's go over garden panel design. This is another one of my personal favorite designs. And what it looks like is various different types of gardens that are inside of panels, and these panels are repeating throughout the field of the rug. Now, if you're looking for this type of rug, definitely take a look at Bakhtiyari rugs. They make a lot of garden panels. Also, you could look at Tabriz and Saru, as well as Kashmir and Qom. All those types of rugs do make garden panel design, but Bakhtiyari definitely one of the most popular when it comes to this design. So what makes this type of design really appealing is not just the beauty of the design, but the meaning behind it. So in Persian culture, gardens play a pretty significant role. And when it comes to the gardens that you'll see in these rugs, these are gardens that are imagined by the rug designer, and they're not actually real gardens that they've seen, but they're just like from their imagination. And each of these gardens is supposed to represent a perspective into paradise, and it's supposed to represent the weaver's hope and belief in a bright future. Now, what you're going to typically see when it comes to the actual design is that each of the panels are going to have different background colors. They'll usually use a single color in each of the panels as the background colors. And you'll also see a lot of flowers and birds and plants when you look inside the panel. So definitely really beautiful and interesting perspective, and really very artistic type of design in Persian rugs. Now let's go over vase design. So vase design is basically a vase with flowers inside of them spread out throughout the rug. You're typically going to find this in Kashmir. Kashmir makes a lot of this type of design. Also, you'll find it in Bakhtiyari, Tabriz, Saru, and Qom. So look into those types of rugs if you're looking for vase design. The meaning behind the vase and flowers inside of them in Persian culture are supposed to represent growth and opportunity. And a lot of times what you'll see is that there's going to be one large vase in the center of the rug, and it's going to be surrounded by smaller vases around the center medallion. And typically this design is just repeated all over the rug. Now let's talk about prayer design Persian rugs. So you're going to find that in prayer design, typically there's going to be a unidirectional design. It's just going to be a design that you typically look at it from one direction, and it's going to have an arched doorway, also called a mihrab. And if you're looking for this type of rug, this type of design, you can find it in Qom and Isfahan. You'll also find it in Malaya, definitely in Turkmen and Baluchi as well. So if you're looking for this design, you could find it in those types of rugs. And this type of rug dates back to the very early stages of rug making, of course, because of the Muslim culture for this region. So you could find really old prayer rugs. And when it comes to the design, sometimes you'll find that prayer rugs could have a very complex design. The architecture of the arched doorway could be very complex with columns and a lot of intricacies, or it could be a very simple design with just the shape of the doorway. And of course, you could always use a small rug as a prayer rug as well, but these rugs are specifically made for prayer and really beautiful works of art. So now let's go over pictorial design rugs. So pictorial design, I think, is one of the most over-the-top examples of the skills and the talent of master weavers and what they can really do when they have the determination to create some of the most finest and most detailed types of rugs. So these type of rugs are going to be made by master weavers inside workshops, and typically they're going to come from 4 different cities. So you're going to find this a lot from Tabriz, Kashan, Saru, and Isfahan. Those 4 cities have the workshops to create these type of rugs. And what you're going to see is that they're going to represent a lot of landscape scenery. You're going to see different historical figures, different places, and just like important figures going back in time. So these type of rugs, they have when it comes to their design, their overall composition, it would really compare to traditional art. And they're definitely, I would say, again, one of the over-top examples of what the master weavers can do. So this concludes our video on 7 rare and artistic Persian rug designs. I really hope that you found this video helpful. Now, if you want to learn more and get in more depth about these designs, then you can head over to our site, catalinarug.com, where you can learn more about each of these designs, and you can watch more videos and see all the options you have. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, then I invite you to like and subscribe and comment below, and I will see you in the next video.